Alright, so I took this and I focused on, the names and the order in which they're created. And I drew it by hand, okay? So, like, it's all pretty important stuff, but what I did basically was put the name and then the order in which it was created. So that'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's your 3 by 3. And then you're going to create your 16 by 16 by going 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, leaving that one open. So when you're done your trinity, okay, your solids, liquids, and gases, you're going to create plants, and you make a big G, and the G is the plants, it's the green. You make the green, which are plants. Okay, that G is the green for the plants. And that G, all encapsulated in that, is plants. Okay. Later on. So when you're done up to the 4 by 4, okay, down up to the 4 by 4, you're gonna go do now 16. Okay, you're down up to 16. Then you're gonna do day 4, which is galaxies, Saturn, moons of Jupiter, Ganymede, Callisto, Europa, Io, to complete the ring of Saturn. Then Jupiter's 23, and the constellations are 42, get the stars. 24, sorry. And then the Mars moons are Phobos, Demois, Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, the Moon. Moon is 31, guy. 13 backwards. Okay, so like plants aren't considered it's created as the G, so I didn't really stick it in the order. These are created or brought over for something. These are brought over from something. This is the 88, as I've shown. But look what it's doing here. It's doing like a kind of like a Fibonacci kind of spiral. It's kind of following the like very Fibonacci-esque, like how it's going up and around. Like it's doing that creation-wise of the luminaries of the moons. Okay. Like it's kind of making like the he wants to make like a D probably. Anyways, so yeah, plants here. It's funny again. So the first one up here, Charon, will be the new 69 here in your 4-6 split. It's essentially that Charon is going to be that 69 on one of 5 of 5 of 50 of 235 to make a 1 by 5. Okay, very interesting that pops up there. I did that way a long time ago, and here it pops up mathematically. And remember, we created plants, but we need to remember Titans to feed all of these things, to feed the cattle, to feed the insects, to feed the beasts, to feed the aqualife, to feed the fowl. You need plants. Okay? And plants are created by all of the same luminaries being created over, but I just did an order. Charon, Pluto, Triton, Nereid, Neptune, Titania, Oberon, Ariel, Umbriel. And again, Umbriel and Miranda are Umbriel and Miranda. So this is a 1 by 5 with a 1 by 3 in it already, where you bring a 5, 2, and a 1. And they're 9 and 10. Anyway. So we can like go through the order and everything. Like, I mean, just because of the plants being like something carried forward plants, like I don't like this is your sticky outy bit. Okay, remember I talked about that? This is your 5 by 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Io's the middle. This is your 5 by 5, and underneath here is a sticky. This is the 1 by 1 sticky outy bit, okay? And this right here would be the 1 by 2 sticky outy bit. Okay, when it evolves into everything. So I'm sorry, it's just hard to do. Yeah, so once we get to Umbriel, we skip these 3, go to Miranda, then it's Uranus, Titan, Iaptus, Rhea, Thetis, and Dion to end. And Dion to end here. And it's kind of funny that you have a Uranus here. If you take this and overleave it, and put it back down here, you're going to create a trinity of Uranus, and Uranus with Titan in the middle of all things. So I think that's quite significant and interesting. And your 521 code, your visual light spectrum. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So you have Oh shit, where do I want to do that? Yeah, let's just look at some of the numbers. So Charon is 1, Pluto's 2, Neptune, like, there's your 5, 2, 1, there's your Uranus 11, okay, 5, 2, like, it's still 2, 5, 2, 1, you know. 48, 4 columns, 8 rows, make a trinity. 69, kind of interesting on the third one. 9, 11, if it's 0 is a 1. And your 7 is Oberon, which is interesting. It's your 7, O. And if 7, 15, 6. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to do that right now. You're 7, 14, 7, 7, 7. It's basically, remember, because this right here is the fourth column. So remember, this number right here is a 7. This is literally a 7, and that's a 7. There's your 7, 7, and this one's a V. So it's kind of funny that you have a 7, 7 here. But I think there's a 7 on top of this. There's a 7, 7, 7. Yeah, 7, 7, 7. But here there's a double 7 and a 7 beside it. So it's kind of funny that you see if you put the reverse back on top of it, it's kind of represented in the order of luminary creation. Titan is 12, that's interesting. Again, 88 constellations for your stars at 24, interesting. 23 for Jupiter is nice. 18, registered trademark, circled R, Saturn. Saturn's got rings. Galaxies, you know, like the creation code of Q is galaxies of all the other batteries like us. IO is the ultra master number, and that's the 76. That's the center of the matrix, guy. Okay? That's your 76, and that's the 22. That's your master number. Wild, eh? Okay, like Europa's 21, backwards 12. Callisto 20. I don't know if these... 26, your god is Des Moines. I don't know what that means. Mars is 27. Sun is 28. God is 28. It's reading God is 26, but reading forwards and backwards. Venus is 29. Messenger is 30. Perfection. And the moon is 13 backwards, guy. So like Mercury's like your trinity. But anyway. So this is my first attempt at this. I think it's very interesting about your sticky outy bits and how that rolls. Yeah, so your 16, again, so your plants are created by 16 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you do remember the Titans, and you bring the Titans with you when you create the plants from your first sticky outy bit. So you can see that I've evolved from a 5x5 to a 5x9 with the sticky outy bit this way. And I made this observation like years ago. Okay, so maybe this will be better, and I'll end there.